We made it to Pamukkale, the modern city, the ancient city known as Hierapolis. As you can see behind us, there is quite a bit of archaeology that they have dug out of the earth, and there is quite a bit more that they still have to do because of all the layers of cities that they have found in this area from Byzantine, Roman times, so on and so forth as it goes in ancient history. This place is also known for its thermal pools. Right over here. All that lovely white stuff you see in the background is not snow from earlier today, it's salt.
Calcium carbonate.
That too,
Not
calcium
salt.
carbonate, not salt. I know what I'm talking about. So of course, this is where you can check out getting in the water up to your knees, all that stuff. One thing I did find out, which was interesting, is that to find out a population of an ancient city, they actually use one of the entertainment pieces of that ancient city, which in this case is a theater. And the size of the theater, the amount of people they can put in a theater, they basically estimate that that's 10% of the population of the ancient city. In this case, for Hierapolis, they estimate about 9,000 people could fit in the theater, so they estimate about 90,000 people can be in this particular old city. Didn't know that before today, so yeah, use that whenever you're researching ancient cities to see how big their theaters are.
It's not as warm as I thought it would be, but it's still pretty warm.
As I mentioned earlier, Hierapolis has a theater, and as we got here, it is one of the most well-preserved theaters that we have seen in the few ancient cities that we've been to. They started the restoration back in 2009 and finished in about 2013 with what you currently see, using marble, epoxy, and wrought iron, steel to put everything together. Just an absolutely stunning location, and Chris, you mentioned to me earlier that she's just jealous of the people that are living in the area that can come here and see live performances. It's a really beautiful location. Good morning. We are on day 11 of our Turkey bus tour, and we are on our way back to Ephesus today. I don't know if we're going to be transferred to our hotel beforehand, or we might find something to do around there. And then
That's it.
that's about it. That's the day. So we're just kind of transferring back to where we've been before, but happy to see more of Turkey. We have made it back to our hotel near Ephesus. Pretty sure it's the same hotel room we had the first time around. It is what it is. So we are now just going to find ourselves some lunch and probably chill for the rest of the afternoon while the rest of our tour group goes and does the things that we've already done. So yeah, just looking forward to a chill day.
This is going to be the cheapest Starbucks we've ever gotten. 2 drinks for $2.65. The lira is not doing too well compared to the US dollar right now, but it's good for us.
Good morning. We are heading our way back to Istanbul this morning, and we are trying to still kind of get the details on how we're getting to our Airbnb this evening in Istanbul on the Asian side, but I'm sure we'll get that figured out. But yeah, this is just kind of a long travel day. We might have a couple stops on our way to Istanbul. Other than that, just a long bus drive today.
doing an afternoon break of driving and visiting the city of Bursa, where we can see a mosque and a funeral area. We're in the Green Mosque right now. This is from the 15th century. It's called the Green Mosque because there are green tiles inside. When it was originally built, it was not only a mosque, but it was also an administrative center and a school and a religious center. So there's
Courthouse as well.
Courthouse as well. So lots of different reasons to have this in the center of town, and it was basically the center of community. It's cold out. There's our shoes.
When we walked into the Green Mosque, we had the absolute pleasure of being dragged into an office, and a couple of the gentlemen who performed the calls to prayer actually performed for us, singing their call to prayer songs. It was absolutely beautiful and unexpected, and I'm so happy that we were able to experience that in person, because the speakers, when you hear them call out in the city, just doesn't do it justice. It was awesome to hear in the same room with them as they sang those songs.
Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah, eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber, Allahu
Good evening. We have made it to our Airbnb after our 12-day Turkey tour.
The end of the Turkey tour left us off at the hotel that we were originally at, which is the completely wrong place we need to be. But our guide lovingly helped us get to where we needed to go. So they got a taxi, got to the metro. He gave us this card that he had 3 metro cards in.
He claimed.
Mike went through, did the metro card, and then
Insufficient funds.
Insufficient funds. So I'm on the other side. So then I go over to the ATM or the ticket thing, and I'm trying to figure out the ticket thing. But every 10 seconds there's a commercial in Turkish as I'm trying to get to the English language. Yeah, guys coming up to you being like, "What are you doing? What do you need? Let me sell this to you. Let me sell it to you." Like, you think that the people are there to help you because obviously you look like you don't have a freaking clue what you're doing. But no, they just want to sell you something. Which, like I said, I'm really tired. It's been a really long day, so maybe I'm a little more crabby about it than I should be. But so then I figure out exactly what I need. They only take 20 lira bills, which I only had a 50. So then I had to hike back up the metro because they don't have any kind of food stands or anything in metros, which is fine. Hike back to the street, go down 2 blocks where the crosswalk is, cross over, go back 2 blocks, go to the market. I got milk, which we needed milk, so it worked out. Back. Went to buy a ticket. Again, people harassed me while I'm trying to buy the ticket. We get in, and then everything was pretty seamless. We got to exactly where we wanted to be. I'm excited just to do laundry. Maybe we'll go see a movie, and then we'll be refreshed and ready for our new adventure.
we are wrapping up our time in Turkey and just wanted to give our final thoughts. I really enjoyed my time in Turkey. I think there's a lot to experience here, and even with taking like a 12-day bus tour, we still experienced only a sliver, I think, of what really Turkey has to offer of history, the people, the locations. There's so much stuff. There's all sorts of different landscapes and cultures, and there's just so much. I don't know if I've gotten that across enough, but there's so much to see still here in Turkey that our 2 weeks did not cover. So I think that we could easily come back here and experience the eastern side of Turkey, because we only really experienced like the north west and kind of central part of Turkey.
I was not expecting the Christian, Greek, Roman influence, but after learning more of the history about Turkey, it was part of the Byzantine Empire, it was part of the Greek Empire, it was part of the Roman Empire. So of course there would be Christian relics here and Greek and Roman old towns and things like that. So we saw a lot, like Ephesus, a huge old Roman city that was excavated. So that was surprising, but really cool because I love Greek history and Greek mythology. So that's always fun.
Yeah, Ephesus and Hierapolis we both saw, and those are really awesome to see. Even just the small percentage that they had excavated, it was still pretty cool to see.
Istanbul was a hectic city, but it had its own flow. People knew where they were going. People did what they had to do. Motorcycles, though, were a little bit scary because they could go any way down a one-way street. You could have motorcycles going down pedestrian-only places, so that was a little bit of a get out of the way, a motorcycle's going to take you down.
Yeah, head on a swivel.
Yeah, that was a little scary. When we thought about going to Turkey, we were a little hesitant about it. It kind of was just kind of on our loop between Greece and Jordan. We were like, well, we kind of have to stop at Turkey, but we were a little cautious about it because of the news, the U.S. media, and whatever's going on between our governments in the last 30 years has nothing to do with visiting as a tourist. I felt absolutely safe. I felt, just like any other European or American city, there was no animosity towards us. They wanted tourists here. They wanted to sell us things for sure. So I wouldn't hesitate about coming to Turkey. There's no reason not to. And I think I could actually come back to Turkey. There's a lot of things just in Istanbul. There's so many districts you can go visit. We're in Kadıköy right now, and we're only here for a day. And just wandering around, that was pretty cool. So we can come back to Turkey someday.